quickly share my screen. All right. I hope this is visible. All right. All right. Thank you very much, Saki, for the introduction, and thank you very much, everybody, and very good afternoon for joining us today in discussing future-proofing data protection with Druva and TechBag. As Sakib introduced me already, I am the account manager taking care of South and East India with Druva. And I'll quickly take. I have got a few slides with me, and I'll quickly take you through what exactly I need to cover and how exactly Druva and TechBag can help you with your data security needs. Also, please feel free to drop your questions, feedbacks, comments on the chat box available there, and we will be able to address them by the end of this webinar. Thank you. So what we have done here is we continuously speak with IT leaders and we try to understand that what exactly are the key business priorities for them. And we have came up with five key IT business priorities that they have currently. And you might have another one that I would be happy to hear, and I look forward to hear from your feedback as well. That what are your key business priority if there is any sixth or seventh one that you have. So the first one and the foremost that comes is ensuring the cyber response and recovery. Nowadays, these ransomware, malwares, they are becoming so sophisticated and they are bringing a new way to figure out that okay, how exactly we can penetrate the system. So we need to make sure IT industries and all the business needs to make sure that we are protected from it and how exactly we can ensure the cyber response and recovery. Coming on to the multi-cloud and multi-cloud deployments, companies are now trying, speaking on AWS, Azure, etc. They want to deploy the multi-cloud strategies. And then, of course, to budget and to fund these new projects and new initiatives, the companies would need the fund for it, money for it. And so how exactly we can make sure that we are able to reduce the IT cost and complexities which are involved. AI is in the hype of the market. How exactly we can involve the AI into the system, how we can make sure that we are on top of it, and where we can accelerate the AI initiatives. After COVID, we all have seen that people are not only just working from one roof and one office space, but they are present anywhere in the globe. And we need to make sure IT people needs to make sure that wherever the employee is, they are protected and secure. So we are gonna discuss in detail about more of these priorities and how Dhruva is going to help you with the same. I hope my pace and my speech, everything is clear and screen is also visible to everyone. If there is any comments, please feel free to drop the text. Yeah. Now coming on to the existing legacy backup, which is there in the market and how they are incapable of not taking care of your data security needs. And as I mentioned earlier in my slides, that now ransomware is becoming very sophisticated and they are finding multiple ways and they know how exactly we need to exploit your data. So with legacy backup systems, they were not very sufficient to handle these risks that are available in the market. So there were five top challenges that we have seen from the legacy data backup systems, and the customers have told us that the first one would be limited data insights for incident analysis. If, for example, and I'm pretty sure that you guys will be aware since we all are from the IT backgrounds, that ransomware can actually stay dormant in your system for about 258 days. And you have invited a ransomware already in your environment in your home and you're not even aware of it. Until unless your solution is able to give you the live insights and making sure that they are performing the scans and we are all up to date. So the limited data insights for incident analysis becomes one of the top challenges that we have seen from the legacy backup solutions. If there is any upgrade, any change, or any update that solution needs to make, then how we are ensuring that we are balancing the downtime and we have got cyber remediation in place. And then if something has already gone south, then how we are quickly responding to that cyber or GRC incident. Managing infrastructure and securing backups. These legacy providers, they rely on hardware, softwares. There is seven vendor problem. Then they need to patch it. We have to worry about the patching, then fine tuning it, and whatnot. So managing infrastructure and securing backups is also another very major challenge that legacy backup solutions have. And then eventually, all these hardware, software, and that we have seen that they need to involve, it requires lots of cost and complexities, and which is for the on-premise and the cloud workloads. So what Druva has done, team, Druva has come up with a solution which removes all the cost and complexities. Follow with me. So yeah, what Druva has done is that we have eliminated all the cost and complexities, and we are natively built on AWS at the backend. We are a 100% SaaS-based offering, and we provide you a single pane of glass to manage all your workloads. So there is no hardware, no software requirement. You don't have to worry about patching, fine tuning it, and other seven vendor problem that we take out. Also, this DIY, do it yourself thing, that we eliminate that legacy backup systems are relying for you to take care of it. But with Druva, it's Druva who will take care of it, and we'll make sure that there is not much of your team's time involved to take care of the backup security. There is this continuous monitoring, threat hunting that we perform, and continuously scan our data, scan your backed up data. If there is any malicious activity going on or any bad actor is trying to delete the data, we will make sure that it is being you are being informed through our console, and Abhishek will take you forward with the demo and you'll understand how. Or maybe a call from our team 24/7 support that you get. You might receive a call and they will say, hey, there is this malicious thing going on in the backup environment. You might have to look into it. So that is how we take the security seriously. And that's how our tagline says, data security on autopilot with the rapid response, autonomous protection, guaranteed recovery. Let Duva Security Cloud take care of it. As we discussed the challenges that we have seen in the legacy backup solutions, I would like to address them again and mention how exactly Druva has solved those particular problems. On the limited data insights for incident analysis, as I mentioned, you will be getting continuous data alerts. If something malicious is going on, or any bad actor or your own employees trying to delete the data or whatsoever, you will get data alerts that complements your detection. And for example, if the ransomware has attacked the production environment and now you have to recover it, how will you make sure? Does your current solution is capable? Is your correct current solution capable to make sure that there is a guaranteed clean recovery? That is one very important question to ask from them if you have any solution in place. So we Druva make sure that there is reinfection avoidance and a guaranteed clean recovery in any case. Continuous monitoring and anomalies and threats. As I mentioned, you might receive a call from our team or continuous email alerts that you might get, or if you check your console, you'll find that how exactly your big backup is trending, if there is anything that you need to address on. And we are 100% SaaS, so it is completely fully managed. It is with involvement of no hardware or software, and Druva is secure by design. Since it's a one platform across all SaaS, your end users, your hybrid, multi-cloud, so eventually we have seen customers saving up to 40% of their cost involved. So these are the solutions and our platform which can support your SaaS apps, public cloud, your end users. Speaking of SaaS apps, you might have Microsoft 365, Office 365. You might be using G Suite, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics. Or speaking on public cloud, Azure, AWS, and then data centers, VMware, Hyper-V, SAP HANA. And on the endpoints, you can manage your endpoints, your either it's Windows based, Mac, Linux, etc. Now, speaking on how exactly we are trending in the industry. So currently we are taking care of 7 billion plus backup per year. And we have around 20 global regions available, 6,000 plus global customers. And we are NPS, on the score of NPS, we are doing amazing and we have got 89. NPS score is nothing but it talks about the customer loyalty and how satisfied the customer is from that particular product. And then we are currently managing 450 petabytes plus data which is under management with Druva. Now, the one key things that we wanted to discuss, and that was the agenda of this webinar about the security certification. So I would like to take you through this particular page where talks about that how we are gonna address and we are compliant with all these certifications. Speaking on HIPAA, HIPAA compliant is nothing but which is a US law which says that how the data from of all these patients are protected and secured. And then we have GDPR compliance, and then ISO and FedRAMP. So if you want more details, you can visit security.druva.com. You will be able to find all the answers over there around security certifications. And yeah. Customers are loving us. As I mentioned, we have got 6,000 plus global customers, and yesterday only our marketing director have announced that continuous in the third time in the row we have been recognized by Gartner in their Magic Quadrant, Gartner Peer Insight, and we have been recognized as leader and customer's choice. Speaking on competition like Veeam, Rubrik, etc., they are not the customer's choice, but Druva has been named as leader and the customer choice in the Magic Quadrant of Gartner. You can also find us in Forrester, and we have been recognized as leader in the report. And you can also find Druva in Cloud 100 list of Forbes. And I can go on, but yeah, these are some of the key takeaways that I would like to discuss in this particular meeting. Speaking on the Druva advantage, so it is as easy as you will require as little as 5 minutes to deploy and start protecting your workloads. That's the SaaS advantage and Druva advantage. And as I mentioned earlier, that we have seen customers saving up to 40% of the cost and total cost of ownership. And built-in security, your data is fully air gapped. It will be away from your production environment, and Druva is inherently immutable, while other are immutable by implementation, but Druva is inherently immutable. And we take security very seriously, and this is not just for the sake of saying it, but it comes with the financial backed up data guarantee, with financial backed up guarantee, which is we call data resiliency guarantee, which is up to $10 million. And of course, faster cyber response and recovery is something Druva will be able to help you with. I would like to take you through a case study. So, since we were talking about the healthcare and fintech industry, I have got a very good case study with us that I would like to take you through about Pyramid Healthcare Incorporation. So, and a short introduction about Pyramid Healthcare. So, they are basically based headquartered in Pennsylvania, and they are the integral part. So, they are taking care of behavioral healthcare programs, and they have a staff of around 2,800 plus, and they are operating in 100 plus facilities, including 6 schools across the United States. So they came to us, and then we got to know they were facing some challenges, and some of the top challenges were that they were managing the multiple on-premise backup solution. So we discussed about the complications that is involved in legacy data backup. So how exactly they were facing the challenge? So they were managing multiple on-premise backup solutions, which led to increased complexities and the cost involved for hardware, software, and support which will be needed. Data backup and recovery was very much time consuming, and it was involving the cost, and it was becoming very expensive for Pyramid Healthcare, for IT admins, and there was no way to ensure backup windows were completed successfully. So they were not able to figure out that even if the backup is being completed or not. There were silos of backups for NAS file servers, VMware, Hyper-V, and Microsoft 365, which was severely compromised by the IT visibility. When Druva came into the picture, what we did was, with our Druva's data resiliency cloud, we were able to provide them a single pane of glass through which their IT team can manage the backups and restore successfully for M365 accounts, virtual environments, file servers, NAS, and SQL database. We also enable them for multiple restore options to recover their data at a granular level at any level, point in time, or entire site, with our cloud native backup and recovery, which means no hardware, minimal administration, and the flexibility to grow without having to change or adjust the data protection environment. So that is how Druva have had eliminated all the costs and complexities, and we were able to help them to make sure that wherever their data is, speaking on VMware's, NAS, their M365 file servers, whatsoever, it was a single pane of glass that they used to get. And Abhishek, our engineer, is going to take you through the demo forward. You'll understand that how you can see that the single pane of glass, and how you can manage all the workloads through Druva's console. I'll also quickly take you through the results that we have seen with Pyramid Healthcare. We have seen 5 times reduction in number of consoles, which was needed to manage backups for all their workloads. And then not just the consoles reduction, but also 5 times reduction in the time required to manage all these backups for data centers and SaaS workloads. as we discussed the HIPAA compliant and all the security things that Druva has. So the ability to facilitate compliance with regulations such as HIPAA, which mitigates risk and help the company comply with data regulation and governance requirements. We were able to restore the VM in just 5 minutes. And so, not just the deployment is as little as within 5 minutes, but we were also able to restore their VM in just 5 minutes, which is at least 5 times faster than its previous on premise data protection solution. So, this was a quick case study that I wanted to take you guys through the Pyramid Healthcare, which is leading healthcare providers in the Eastern US. And yeah, so as I mentioned, we have got 6,000 plus customers. These are some of the top customers. I'm sure everybody would have heard of NASA. And you can see on my screen that the customers that we have. And of course, it's impossible to mention all of the customers in here. But speaking on the healthcare industry, fintech industry, name the industry, and I'm sure Dubai is present there. Also, best thing that we have done recently is now we are providing free trial to our customers where you can access the console live without any credit card, without any commitment for straight 30 days. So we are that confident in our product that we are now giving the free trial for customers to experience by themselves, that we are not just talking and saying, but we also are proving it to you. So with this free trial, you can visit druva.com/free trial. Raj can help you with the link on the chat box, and you will be able to access the product live. Is it as simple? Put on your details, mention which workload you are planning to protect, and you will be able to give it a shot. We also talked about AI. So, what Druva has done in AI? We have launched Drew AI Investigate, which will accelerate the backup threat investigation with the power of AI. You will be able to flush out suspicious admin actions. If someone is trying to do a suspicious activity or any bad actor, you'll be able to understand and get to know that, okay, this is where things are not going right. You will be able to investigate unusual data activity, where we have the feature in the product that there is this section called UDA, unusual data activity, where you can identify anomalies such as sudden file encryption that has happened, or if a malware is there or whatsoever. You will be able to accelerate incident analysis and response, natural language queries. You can speak with Drew AI in your natural language, and then simplified investigations. Not just Drew AI Investigate, but we also have Drew AI Assist. So this is nothing but AI powered instant answers. If you have got any questions, you have, of course, 24/7 availability, which is not a robot, but persons definitely. So our Indian headquarters is in Pune, and the global headquarters is in Santa Clara, California. Pune is the location where you get 24/7 support. And you remember I was telling you that you might receive a call from my team and they might tell you that, okay, this is where the files are being encrypted or any bad actor is trying to do something. That is another thing. But with AI, what Druva has done is we have launched Drew AI Assist, where you can ask your questions. They will be able to help you with the answers. That is nothing but Drew AI Assist. You will also be getting intuitive in-product troubleshooting that you can ask our Drew AI. It is available on your console, and expert support integration seamlessly transition to your support team, to our support team, and personalized learning paths. So learn at your own pace with in-app tutorials. So you will be able to get also some training materials or documents or videos which can help you to understand, okay, if there is a query, this is a material that you can go through and figure out your answers. So I guess, yeah, this is what I wanted to take you through about Dhruva. If you have any questions from me, I would love to take them up. And we are very excited to connect with you. And the link Raj will be sharing you at the chat box. It will redirect you to the TechBag calendar link, and you will be able to book a meeting with us. Or we can also share you our contact details in the chat box. You can reach out to me directly or Sakib from TechBag or anyone in the team. We look forward to connecting with you. And I hope I have not bored you much, and I have tried to cover the slides that I prepared to walk you through today. That was a quick brief about Druva, what we do, how we do, and how we are eliminating the challenges present in the market, and how we are rocking here. So I would definitely welcome the questions and looking forward to connecting with you again. Thank you very much. And now I would request our engineer Abhishek Patil. He will be able to take you through the product live. And Thank you very much. Abhishek, over to you.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Good afternoon, and hope you are able to see my screen. Right?
Yes, Abhishek, it's visible. You can go ahead.
Yeah. So when we talk about Druva, right? So this is what the console you will get, right? So it's completely a bird eye view for all the workloads you manage. So starting from your enterprise workload, endpoint, M365, and even you can take the backup of your Google Workspace and the Salesforce as well, right? On onto the same dashboard, you will get to know the cyber resiliency part, your security posture, data anomalies, and that if you have deleted any kind of request, so you can do the rollback action as well. And on top of that, you can also able to see the integration center. So we do support the ADFS integration, and yes, this will be your cloud status, right? So as Om has explained, like we do support the 20 global regions. So whatever the regions you are selecting to as a target backup storage, you will be able to see the complete status of your cloud, right? So when you talk about the all the workloads, so starting from the enterprise workload, we do support the file level backup and the image level backup of your workload, right? So when I talk about the backup workload, so we do support the physical servers, virtual servers, your NAS devices, your hypervisor. So either it's a Nutanix, VMware, Microsoft Hyper-V, your Oracle database, and if you have any kind of MySQL databases, we can take that backup as well. So it's a completely a plug and play solution. Just install the agent on your workload and take the backup onto the Druva cloud. So no need to add any kind of additional infrastructure on premises, no hardware or no software required. So from the single console, you will be able to see your backup data trend. This is my source data, source plus change data, and this is what my cloud storage is. And you can able to see how much did you are getting on your server workload, and this is what your remaining credits. And same way onto the right hand side, you will be able to see the global storage regions and which we have allocated to you, right? When you talk about the organizations, you can go to any of the organizations. You can create multiple organizations. So the organization is nothing but the segregation of your server workloads. Let's say some servers are located in Hyderabad, some servers are located in Bangalore. So you can create multiple organizations, and you can see the backup jobs for each and every workload. Let's say it's a file server, MS SQL, or VMware. When you talk about the backup, it's a first time full and ever incremental backup. So irrespective of your workload, either it's a physical server, virtual server, or any of your hypervisors or your NAS storage, it's always incremental backup. And then when the backup gets completed, it will create the snapshot as respect to your date and time, and each snapshot has got the full recovery, right? So from you can select in any of the snapshot or any of the recovery point, and you can able to do the full restore of your data. Yes, if you want to do the file level restoration, you can drop down into that files folder, folder 1, subfolder 2, and you can choose and pick which file or which folder you want to restore, so that you can do the granular level of recovery as well, right? When it comes to the encryption of your data, yes, your data will be encrypted in two ways, right? So when you talk about the data at rest and data at travel, so both the ways the data encryption will happen. Your data will be encrypted via TLS 1.2 at the time of travel, and your data will be encrypted at AES-256 bit at the time of rest. So this is about your enterprise workload, right? When you talk about the endpoint and M365, yes, for the endpoint, if you have any kind of Windows, Mac, even if you have any Linux workload, we can take that backup as well. So this is about like the complete endpoint overview page. You can get to know like how many devices you have configured, what is the status of that particular device, how much data you are taking backup, right? So the question may arise in your mind that which kind of files you want to take the backup and how I can configure that, right? So from the profile section, I can define that so that like I can segregate my users onto the department level, let's say management level people, IT level people, or the marketing team, leadership team. Likewise, I can segregate the users onto the profile level, and in the profile section, I can create my backup policy. What folders I want to backup, which file types I want to backup, and for how much time I want to keep it on my Druva cloud. So this is where you can see the under backup schedule and retention, right? So you can define the backup frequency as well, how frequently you want to run the backup, and be this will be your retention policy. So yes, again, you can put the data for longer period of time, let's say unlimited period of time, and there is no extra charge for the unlimited retention, right? On top of that, for the endpoint workload, we do have a bandwidth throttling and CPU throttling options available. So yes, our agent is very lightweight, but on top of that, you can also define the bandwidth for backup and restore, and you can define the CPU priority as well. So it will not impact on your day-to-day workload. We got the report section as well, so that you can just schedule the reports to your email ID. So no need to log into this console on daily basis, right? So you can have on the individual report schedule, let's say failed backup, last backup status, the storage status, or else you can configure the complete report as well. So just go to the report on daily, weekly, or monthly basis, whatever you want to schedule, right? And along with you, if you want to send this report, along with you is nothing but like you are the admin of your console, right? And along with you, if you want to send this report to your management level people as well, you can do that. So you can just mention the non-admin email IDs, and along with you, they will also get this report on their email. So no need to log into this console on daily basis. Just go through the reports and check what is happening onto the backend. From the user section, you can able to monitor your users and the workloads what you have configured for the backup. Let's say Abhishek is the user again, right? So I have configured some endpoint devices. Let's say that it's a Windows, Mac, and even my email as well. So yes, when you talk about the email workload, you can take the backup of your Exchange Online and your G Suite as well, right? So again, I can go back to my backup section. I can choose and pick any snapshot available, and I can able to do the full restore, or else I can do the files and folder level recovery as well. And yes, if you can able to see uh, and the scanning, right? So whenever I'm going to do the restoration, my file will get scanned or my data will get scanned on my Druva cloud, and only the clean data will be available for my restoration, right? So just taking you through the security center, right? So we got the security features like rollback action, access events, ransomware recovery, right? So this is what the security dashboard looks like. So you can have, so security dashboard is nothing but it will give you the your security score, right? Let's say on my console you can able to see minimum 2 cloud admins are created, audit trial detection period is enabled, multi-factor authentication is enabled, right? So by default, you can select MFA, and that is your app-based MFA. You can use any of the authenticator application in the market. Let's say Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, or any other third-party authenticator application. But if you can see here, single sign-on I have not enabled, and the geofencing is also not enabled. So this is what your security score. So there is the risk, but not the critical risk, right? So you can just configure the single sign-in for your login, and also you can define the geofencing. So geofencing is nothing but, let's say Abhishek is the admin user, right? So whenever I'm logging into my Druva console, I can able to log in only from the office network, right? So if I am connected to my office perimeter, then only I will be able to log into my Druva console. Let's say if I am connected to my mobile hotspot, or any, if I'm working from home and if I connected to open hotspot or any public hotspot, right, I will not be able to log into my Druva console. Same way it works for your users as well. So if you want to take the backup of your users, let's say remote users or the office users, right? So the backup of the device only it should happen if the user is connected to the office perimeter. If he is out of the office perimeter, the backup should not happen. So that is nothing but your geofencing. Also, if there are any backup risk, you can monitor that as well. Let's say I have configured some VMware backup proxies, right? So how the VMware backup happens? No need to install the agent on each and every uh, individual VM. Let's say either it's a Hyper-V or VMware, right? So it's a agentless backup. It's a proxy-based backup, right? So I just need to install the proxy on my host machine, and inside VMs will get populated, and then I can choose and pick which VM I want to configure for the backup. And let's say these proxies are not connected, you will be able to see the status here. Same way you can see, let's say I have configured some 3 MS databases, and if it is not connected to the internet or not connecting to the Druva cloud, you will be able to see all the status of your servers here. And then we got the new location events as well. So let's say if I go to my location events, right? Let's say the admin login events. I can see which all admins are logging in from which all locations, right? So let's say Bhuvan is the admin, Arvind is the admin, right? And you can able to see the IP address of the device and the location as well. Let's say you may ask like what is the need to check this or this access event, right? So let's say if any rogue admin or any compromised admin is there, let's say take an example of Bhuvan. So daily he is logging into the Druva console from the Mumbai location or new Navi Mumbai location, and within like a few hours or 1 day period of time, he will not be traveling to USA or UK, right? So immediately the trigger will come. Let's say the Bhuvan is the user and his location has got changed, yes, and then you can able to see the login result is successful or failure, and then you can take the action and you can disable the Bhuvan's admin access. Same way, if any of the users or any of the admins are doing the data access, right? So you can monitor the data access from here. Let's say again, Arvind is the user, and what he has done, so he has accessed some data and he has done some download of the Exchange Online data, and you can also able to see the IP address of that particular machine and the location. So from where that user or that admin user has accessing the data and whose data, right? Same way, if I go to the rollback actions, right? So rollback action is nothing but your software deletion, or you can say it's a kind of a recycle bin which works in your Windows or Mac devices, right? So as an admin, if by mistakenly if you have deleted any kind of profiles, devices, or users or any kind of data, right? You got the 7 days period of time to roll back that particular action. So on to the right hand side, you will be able to see the rollback window. So this you can set up only for the once, either you can select 1 day, 3 day or 7 day, whatever it is, right? So whatever the rollback window you have set up, within that time only you need to do that rollback action. Let's say I have deleted some user, and after 1 or 2 days I got to know that by mistakenly I had deleted that user, or let's say I have deleted the data in a bulk, right? So I have deleted some bulk deletion. That also I can do the rollback within my 7 days. Yes, this ransomware recovery part or the rollback actions which will come with your add-on licenses, the security licenses, and it will not be available in your base licenses, right? But yes, even if you are having the base licenses and by mistakenly if you have deleted any kind of data or user whatever it is, you can just contact to the Druva support team and they will do that action on behalf of you. But again, the one thing need to monitor that should be within 7 days of window. Okay. Coming to the ransomware recovery part, there are three steps we got to do the ransomware recovery. Yes, we are not able to protect your data from the ransomware attacks, but as a backup is your last level of defense, right? So we will be able to do the clean data recovery, but yes, we are helping organizations to reduce the data loss even if they met with the ransomware attack. So very first thing is quarantining that particular data. So how you are quarantining or what is quarantining is mean, let's say if any device or any users, right, they got infected with the ransomware, let's say today, yesterday, or 7 days back, right, you can quarantine that particular device or that particular data, or let's say that particular snapshot. So you can just go to the add resources, you can search for the endpoint, file server, NAS devices, or even for the VMware workload. If I go to the endpoints, I can search for the device, or else I can search for the user. Let's say Abhishek is the user again, and I can search for the device. So Abhishek had the two devices, but yes, his Windows device got compromised or Windows device got the he device got attacked and the data got encrypted. So I can just select that device and which snapshot I want to quarantine. Either I can I want to quarantine all the snapshot from day one to till date, or else I can choose the date range. Let's say from last 7 days or last 6 days, right? I want to quarantine this particular data. Then I can add this particular date range and I can quarantine. Once it is quarantined, then I can run the scan on the Druva cloud, right? So I can go back to my restore scan or let's say curated snapshot. Once the scanning has been done, it will give me the cleanest, latest, and safest copy of my data, right? So if I go to my uh, just a second. if I go to my curated snapshot, right? So let's say whenever I want to create a curated snapshot, let's say there are three files like file 1, file 2, and file 3. Daily I am taking the backup of that all the three files, and from day 1 to day 5 all the versions of that file are like version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are clean. But from the day 5 the version 6 or version 7 got infected with the ransomware, right? So for each and every file it will give you only the clean version of your file, and the encrypted version or the affected infected version of your file will not be available for the restoration. So we are making sure that even if that ransomware is transferring to the cloud, since we are taking the block level backup, right? Yes, the ransomware, if even if it travels to the Druva cloud, it will die in Druva cloud itself. So it will not again come back to your original source or the new source machine, whatever you are going to the users. So just in a nutshell, I just give you the overview, right? So this is just a bird eye view for all your workloads, and this is a very user friendly UI. Even if you are having like even a non IT guy can also able to manage this console, and so there is no hard and fast training is required. Yes, we got the documentation link as well, and we got the we have the 24/7 support directly from Dhruva. So if in case if any of the customers they are facing any kind of challenges or they need some troubleshooting help from the support, right? So they can directly reach out to support team over a phone call or over a support window. And yes, you can have a help.dhruva.com link. So from this is the documentation link, you can refer to this documentation, so which will give you the complete documentation related to all, each and every products, enterprise workload, endpoint, SaaS applications, and you can follow the steps. Let's say you want to trigger a backup, you want to do the restoration, you want to do the deletion, you want to add the admins, whatever it is. And last but not the least, the Om has explained you about the Dhruv AI, right? So on my bottom right corner, you will be able to see the Dhruv AI agent or the chat bot or the Dhruv bot, right? So this is what it will help you to raise the support ticket. It will help you to go to the documentation page, and it will help you to chat with your support team, right? So in case if you need any kind of assistance, you can just have a help, or you can get the help from the Dhruv AI as well. So that's it from my end. We are on time, and I am open to questions now. If anyone has any kind of queries or questions, just let us know. We are more than happy to address your all queries.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thanks for the session. Thank you,
So
Abhishek. Thank
Saqib or Raj, yeah. So we got any kind of queries or questions in chat box, or if anyone wants to talk, you can just enable them to talk so that we can address their
Yes.
queries.
Yes, please, team. We
sure,
would
sure.
love to answer your questions, and please shoot all your questions and comments or feedback over the chat box. Or if you need any other resources or anything that we need to talk around, please reach out.
Yeah,
Yes,
Manish is
definitely.
asking, does Dhruva provide backup for Slack? And what type of audit log do you provide for compliance purpose?
Very good question, Manish. Thank you very much for putting that up. Just to confirm, they asked about the Slack backup, right?
Yes.
Yes, we do. The answer is yes, we do. About the logs, Abhishek, would you like to take that up? Abhishek Patil?
Yeah, so we got the user log as well as the admin log. So whatever the activities performed by user and whatever the activities performed by admin, we will be able to track it under audit trials. And there also you can set up a time period, like let's say 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year, which time period you want to set it up, and then you can download the logs in your CSV or PDF format, and then you can able to submit it to your auditing team.
Thank you, Abhishek. Manish, I hope we were able to answer your question. Thank you for bringing it up. So the answer is yes, that we can take care of your backup of your Slack. And on the log side, Abhishek, I hope Abhishek was able to answer that. All right. Any other questions?
Yes. So
Any
Gaurav
other
is asking,
topics?
how does
Sorry,
Druva
who's
differentiate itself from other cloud-based data protection solutions, especially like B? I guess
who
he's
is
asking.
asking the question? Your voice is not very clear.
Gaurav is asking.
Gaurav is asking how do we differentiate from other solution providers?
Cloud-based. Yes, correct.
Cloud solution providers. Thank you, Gaurav, very much. That's a very valid question. So, speaking on how Druva differentiates with other cloud providers. So, as I mentioned, we were the first and only 100% SaaS-based data solution providers, Gaurav. And Druva not just says and talks about the security, but as I mentioned over my slides initially, I was taking you through that how exactly we take it, take the security very seriously, and we it is also backed up by financial data backup guarantee. So we call it a data resiliency guarantee, which is up to $10 million, and Druva guarantees the clean cyber recovery in case of any incident. And also we have got a written contract that the customers can have with us, that and it can be signed from both of the parties, that if something goes south and if Druva is not able to take care of it, that is the it's like an insurance, we can say, which is up to $10 million. So that's how we are confident about the product. And there are multiple features like the UDA that Abhishek also took you through: unusual data activity, continuous monitoring and scanning of your data. You get continuous alerts. There is this quarantining of data. For example, I am not the most technical person here, but I'll just take you through that. For example, I would also appreciate you, Gaurav, and whoever wants to understand how we are doing in the security end of Druva. So let's say we have this thing called fire drill. So in future, if there is a webinar, I would love to send it over to you, the link of that webinar. So what we try to showcase there is, for example, if there is a ransomware attack has happened and it is staying dormant in your system, and then it has blasted, right? It has corrupted all your production environment. So how Druva can help you to quarantine that particular data, and then you can perform the investigation of it. So we have this thing called curated snapshots, golden snapshots, where you can quarantine the data, you'll analyze it, that what exactly has happened, and you are able to recover only the clean files out of the infected files. So Druva guarantees you the clean recovery and making sure that there is no chance of reinfection. There are lots of other features as well, Gaurav, but I hope you were able to I was able to answer around the security end of Druva and how we differentiate ourselves in terms with respect to other competition. But of course, if you can, maybe we can connect after this webinar, and if you can let me know what exactly comparison you're looking forward to, I would love to share you the battle cards that we have got and what Druva does and what the competition doesn't. I hope I was able to answer.
Yes, Gaurav, we have shared a calendar link in the chat. You can schedule a call with us anytime you want so that we can give you an in-depth comparison between different products.
For sure.
Also, we have another question from Manish. He's
Okay.
asking, does Dhruva support a granular file recovery?
Very valid question. Abhishek, I think you would be the better person to answer the granular file recovery part.
Yes, yes. So Druva does support the granular file recovery.
Yes, we do. Manish and Gaurav,
So,
thank you very much for putting these questions, and all of that questions that you have asked. Let's take it after the webinar, and I would love to elaborate, and I will accompany our solution engineer as well. We can take you through the demo again. We can take you through the data sheets. We can take you through the product live again, and I'm sure maybe we can go for POC, or you can start using the free trial today. And I'm certain you will get all the answers. But please, if you have any questions from you both again, or anyone else who would like to ask us, I would love to answer them. Raj, do we have got any more questions?
not yet. Let's just wait for a couple of minutes.
All right, so we'll wait for 1 minute, and if we don't have any questions, I think we have shared the calendar link with the joinees. And please, if you can also reshare again, Raj, to all of them the calendar link. And please feel free to book a meeting. I would love to be that part of that conversation as well. We will accompany the engineers so that the technical questions are also being answered. And but thank you very much again for everyone for joining. It was, I hope we were able to deliver what we the agendas that we discussed on the webinar about Druva, how is the market trending, how we can help you protect your data and guaranteed clean recovery. And myself, Druva team, and TechBag team are very excited to connect with you again.
So we
Absolutely.
have one more question.
Okay.
It is
Yeah.
from Vijay. He's asking,
Okay.
does Druva support Kubernetes cluster backup, or is it only for individual VMs?
Abhishek, would you like to take that up? Can you
Yeah.
send? Yeah, please, Abhishek.
So, Raj, if I'm not wrong, the question is about the Kubernetes backup, right?
Does
Yes.
Druva support Kubernetes cluster backup, or is it only for VM? That's the question.
Yeah. So we can take only the like VM level backup. So as of now, Kubernetes is not supported.
Thank you, Vijay, for bringing that question up, and I hope Abhishek was able to answer. And also, Raj, if you can share just a minute. I'm also checking on the same question. I'll take 1 minute. Um, yeah, please, Raj, if you can share this link with the joinees and Mr. Vijay. So if you can also, so there is the chat search box that you get. So regarding your the question that you have asked, Vijay, you will be able to get more information on the same. And maybe we can connect one on one after this, and I'll accompany engineer, and we will be able to answer. And yeah, any other
Yes.
questions, Raj?
Please feel free to just
No.
book a calendar. Whatever it is, just book a calendar. Let's get on one-on-one session with the Druva team and the engineers who will be able to more brief you, understand your use cases, analyze what is the better way we can work things out according to your infrastructures and according to your infra setups. So it would be a more demo, not just a demo call, but understanding the infrastructure at your ends, which we can connect together and make sure that you get the right product and you get the right people doing things. So Raj has put up the calendar link. Please schedule a call according to your convenience and according to your availabilities. Just here, click away.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Sakib. Raj, do we have any more questions, or should we close the webinar?
No, we do not have any more questions. That's
All
it.
right. Thank you very much again, Vijay, Manish, Gaurav. That's the
Thank
name
you.
that I can record right now. And thank you very much, everyone. You were saying something, Raj?
I think
Sorry?
No, I was not saying. Yes, Saqib was saying.
Okay. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining and for your valuable time today. I hope we were able to make best out of it. And I'm very excited, and TechBack team is very excited to connect with you. And yeah, let's discuss ahead. Thank you so much, and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.